Thanks, Hugh. I'm Mike Apps. You're watching South Today. Six-year-old Cohen has two rare health conditions, which mean that he relies on machines to keep him alive. But now rising bills could cost his mum around £3,000 a year, double what she was paying before. Gem O'Reilly went to meet them at their home in Basingstoke.
Helicopter, minibus.
Yeah, it's a helicopter. The cost of living crisis, for most people, it's, oh, we just won't go on holiday this year. But for us, it's our son's life.
Cohen has DeGeorge syndrome and 15q11.2 genetic deletions. They prevent him from walking, talking, and digesting food. He's thought to be the only child in the world to have both conditions.
The machines that we use for Cohen keep him alive. All the machines that we use cost us more money in electric because they are things that we need to use.
Over the last few months, Lauren's energy bills have nearly doubled, going from £140 a month to £270. She expects them to go up to more than £3,000 a year.
It makes me very nervous and what things we're going to have to miss out on to be able to afford to just live.
In September, the government introduced a one-off £150 payment for those in receipt of disability benefits.
£150 for disabled families won't even cover my electric and gas bill, not even half of it.
In a statement, the Department for Work and Pensions said,
"We know that living with a long-term illness or disability can impact on living costs, which is why we are supporting 6 million disabled people with an extra £150 payment to help with rising prices. This is part of the £37 billion package of support, which will see 8 million low-income households receiving at least £1,200 in support this year."
Gem O'Reilly, BBC South Today, Basingstoke.
It's hoped young people in Dorset who have mental health issues will be able to stay in the county for treatment. At the moment, children and young adults who are seriously ill are sent out of area. Chloe was admitted to a psychiatric intensive care unit in Essex because there wasn't the space in Dorset. Dorset Healthcare NHS Trust want a special unit at this site in Bournemouth.
We are hoping to build an 8-bedded psychiatric intensive care unit for children and young people. At the moment, if young people have this kind of condition, they're having to go miles and miles out of area, as far away as Manchester, but on average it's about 91 miles away that they'd be accessing this inpatient care. So for us it will mean that actually people can get the care locally where they need it, close to family and friends.
A chain ferry that runs from Sandbanks in Poole to Studland has been badly damaged on its way to Cornwall for a refit. It will now not return to service until the new year. The ferry operator says it's begun legal proceedings against the tug company. Now he's the self-proclaimed world's strongest barber, and for Lewis Packham from Southampton, cutting hair and training for England's Strongest Man competition has helped him turn his life around. Sentenced to more than a decade in jail for a violent attack as a teenager, Lewis is now aiming to use his sport and experiences to guide others. Lewis Coombs reports.
So this is my escape, and Strongman's my escape from this. You think it's so rough and ready, and then this is so delicate. Well, hopefully I'm delicate. It was a skill I picked up very early on in prison, and I took it from there, and it just manifested over the years, and now I'm a successful barber.
Aged 17, he was sentenced to 13 years in prison for GBH and ABH. Having served his time, sport is now helping him rebuild his life.
I feel like I've been reborn, and the journey that I'm on now is one that I was always destined to be on. I had this natural strength and ability in all sports, particularly powerlifting and strength, which I'd gained while I was away. I was always winning competitions while I was in prison.
Lewis finished third in this year's England's Strongest Man competition and competes again in May.
It's now starting from dream to reality, so I believe I can go all the way and be the strongest man in Britain in the next 3 to 5 years.
That seeking of redemption or forgiveness, is that what drives you as well?
You've got to remember, when I went away for that long, I was completely written off. No one thought I was coming back. No one thought I was going to do anything. I'm not trying to be normal. I'm trying to stand out as much as possible, and I'm trying to succeed, and I'm trying to leave my legacy for, you know, my son, my family, people that know me now. That's what I'm leaving it for.
Lewis now visits local schools to warn others of the pitfalls of following the wrong path.
Me going in and talking about my experiences can hopefully change some mindsets. It might not reach them all, but I know it will definitely reach a couple of them, and that's all that counts.
Lewis Coombs reporting there. Alexis, how's the weather now?
Hello, good evening. It's been a pretty unsettled day today with rain or showers at times. Further showers can be expected through the overnight period tonight. A few clear spells will develop and it will feel slightly fresher than recent nights with a low of 5 or 6 Celsius. So tomorrow, further showers are possible. They could be heavy and thundery, very like tonight. There will be some drier weather as we head through the middle part of the day, but then further cloud will start to move in from the southwest with the arrival of some rain knocking on the door to the southwest initially. That will move north and eastwards tomorrow evening. Highs tomorrow of 11 to 13 degrees. So because of that rain band, there is a Met Office rain warning in force, and this is the area it's going to affect. But out of that warning area, we could still see some localised flooding. So heavy rain will affect many places overnight tomorrow night. That clears away. Thursday, we'll have maybe a few showers dotted about along the south coast, but generally it's a dry day with a good deal of sunshine and a brisk breeze. But looking into Friday, it's quieter. The winds will be slightly lighter. There will be a good deal of sunshine and maybe a widespread frost Friday night into Saturday.
That's all from the Late News team. South Today is back tomorrow in BBC Breakfast. There's more on the BBC News website. Have a good evening. Goodbye.